Good morning, everybody. Hang on a minute. All right, I'm back. Had to get my screen up. Anyway, I've got Dominic and I've got Hot Rod in the green rooms. But let me say good morning to people in the chat. AC Drone Dude, good morning. We got Frank Rizzo, Jody, good morning. Michael W. Blade, good morning. Charles Hatmaker, Johnny Drone Flyer, good morning, everybody. All right, let's bring these other guys in. All right. Good morning, Dominic. Good morning.
Good evening. How is everybody?
I'm doing good. Rod, can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you. I'm doing good so far.
Yeah.
Well, 95 don't look too bad at the moment.
That's all right.
It's because I leave early in the morning, but I haven't got down to the worst part yet. Which is my Captain Ray starting about Jupiter. Jupiter down to Miami is terrible.
So you said you were heading to Maddie's?
Yeah, I'm heading to Maddie's. We're going to put some motors, some new motors on my dad's Goal, and then go fly.
Oh, okay. Charlie, good drone psychic, good morning. So, well, it sounds like you're going to have a fun day.
Hey, Frank.
As long as the motors go on nice and fast, yep, we'll have a nice day.
Good deal. Johnny says Maddie's still sleeping.
Yeah, Maddie's still sleeping because he hasn't responded back to Facebook. He'll be up, though, because he has a doctor's appointment this morning. So I left a little later than I normally do when I come down so that I arrive on the other side of his doctor's appointment.
I see. Cool. Anyway, so Dominic, how you doing, man?
I'm not doing that well, actually.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah, pancreatitis problem.
Oh, well, yeah. Mela, good morning. So, I'm doing all right. Oh, here comes Peter.
Here comes Peter.
Hey, Peter.
Good day, Rodney, Dominic, and Rod. Oh, Rod was there.
Oh, was Rod. There goes Rod.
Later, Rod.
So you're off driving somewhere, is he?
Yeah, he's heading to Maddie's.
Okay.
So, yeah, it was a busy morning this morning. I had a couple of last minute things I had to take care of before I could go live. And then when it
Ronnie,
got to be time to go live, I was rushing around I'd forgotten to send out all my invites. So I was rushing around to do that. Okay. Morning, Ronnie. God bless America. Here comes Hot Rod again. All right. Now
second attempt.
See him instead of the road.
The
road was better looking, but we won't say.
Yeah. I know how that is. No, the girl in the car next to me is better looking.
Well, put the camera on her then.
Yeah.
Just kidding, Rod.
Oh, yeah. No, it's all good.
Yeah, good morning to all in chat.
Dano, I'll be droned. Warren, Akira Show, good morning. Good morning to both of you. Oh,
That's not good.
not good at all. Yeah, no, sir. So I guess you might be a little busy today, huh, Johnny?
Yeah, heard Scott talking about tornadoes I had over there. We had a big one hit Western Australia. I think it was yesterday.
Is that right?
Yeah, which is very unusual for us. It apparently damaged quite a lot of homes and
Yeah.
buildings out there.
Yeah. It's very
Yeah,
rare to have tornadoes here.
Yeah. I think they said it was only fairly narrow. It was only about
Mm.
maybe 100 yards wide or something, but it went on for 3 or 4 miles or so, and so it did a lot of damage on the way.
Oh yeah, 300 yards is still too big.
Yeah, yeah, very, very, very unusual for us.
Yeah, it sounded like it might have been maybe an F2, F3. You just go by the size.
Mm.
Speaking of highways, Rodney, last night I was coming back, and the roadside said I-4 West was completely blocked last night from an accident. Now this morning when I'm passing, now it says there's 2 lanes blocked. Road repaired. So there must have been a fire and it damaged the road last night on I-4 between Daytona and Sanford.
Huh. Is that a road you usually take?
If I'm going to Orlando, yes, because that's the I-4 corridor between Tampa and Daytona.
Oh, okay. I hear some
It's
background.
not spotted traffic-wise. The fact works.
I hear some background noise, guys. Can't tell who it is. Dominic, I think it's you. Yeah, he's nodding his head.
Yeah, just to answer Kirisho's question, though, we don't have a tornado season. It's just like the draw. Sometimes we get them. Just about it. Very rare, as I said.
Yeah, I kind of thought it was rare for Australia to get a tornado, but I guess it could happen anywhere in the world. I know we pulled into Haifa, Israel when I was in '87. We pulled into Haifa, Israel, and just as we was getting docked up, the XO came on the 1MC and said everybody stay inside the skin of the ship, that there was a water spout heading towards the harbor. And of course, half the crew immediately went outside because practically none of us had ever seen a water spout before, which is nothing more than a tornado on the water.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
But it, gotta admit, it was pretty cool looking. But it dissipated before it even got to the shore, so that was good. Yeah, Ronnie says that they had tornadoes in Georgia yesterday. Yeah, they had some in Tallahassee area too, according to Scott. Well, I forgot to invite Scott, but I don't see him in here anyways.
Yeah, I think he said he was going somewhere.
That storm went just north of me. The rain just missed the Daytona area from that storm that was up that way.
Oh, you lucked out then, because it must have been a pretty nasty storm.
Yeah, I was looking at the radar. It was a nasty storm. It went from just about Palm Coast all the way up into the Carolinas. It was a pretty big one.
Wow. I'm checking the weather to see. See if it's heading this way. I know we had. It looks like all the storms have dissipated.
Yeah, it was headed straight east offshore.
Okay. Looks like the only really bad storm front now is in the Ohio, Indiana, Michigan area.
Yeah, Rodney. You know it's bad when you're standing there, and then all of a sudden it goes from no wind to like 20 mile an hour, and you look up and go, "Okay, the front must be coming through because
Oh yeah.
that leading edge on those storms, man, the wind will just kick up."
So that's what the weather map looks like now.
Yeah, pretty clear.
Yeah, not too bad at the moment.
A little bit up
I mean,
up
you
in the
get to go
lakes.
fly
Yeah.
today.
Sorry.
You get to go fly today.
Yeah, after I get all my chores done. Believe me, it's going to be a busy day. But I do intend to at least rip a pack or two. So, but anyway, Tej, good morning. Honeydew list, yes, right? Yeah. Jody, it is a honeydew list.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Speaking of TJ, I don't know if TJ's coming down to fly with us today, with Maddie and I.
Tej, did you hear that? Maybe we can get an answer from him.
Mm.
Yeah.
He says he may. He goes, I may.
Yeah, that's what Maddie told me too. So TJ normally comes down to fly with us. He flies his Zabata. Maddie and I do our FPV drone.
So how's that Dominator doing?
Oh my God, I love that drone. That drone is just such a killer drone.
So we've heard.
Hi, John.
And you're right. It is a killer drone. It took out your hand one day.
Yeah, exactly. It'll kill your fingers, that's for sure.
Hi, John.
Yeah, man. I was real sorry to see that happen too.
That was the bad part, Rodney. Of the drones that I had with me, that was the drone that could do the worst damage because it was 6S and that thing is 2600 kV, so it's spinning the props with as much power and more speed than anything that I have.
Yeah. Jerry Bauer says you love every drone you get.
I fly them all. I intentionally fly them all.
Well, I mean, why get a drone if you're not going to fly it, right?
Yeah.
Some drones I like better than others. I've still got 2 drones that are out of commission at the moment. Actually, I got 4 drones that are still out of commission.
Yeah, the ones I haven't really flown much anytime recently is my Autel camera drone. For camera drones, I tend to use the Mavic 3 Pro.
Yeah. Let's see. Bent Rail Productions, good morning. Johnny Drone Flyer says we gotta get Rod some rubber props.
No, Rod got himself a chair to sit in that has a side table on it, so I could sit the remote down when I'm mucking with the drone.
That's a good idea. Or you could create a pre-arm switch.
No, don't need to do that. I retrained my brain like Kent told me. I flipped the throttle up.
Oh, that works too.
Yeah,
Like
so when I
this.
land now, I'm in the habit of throwing the throttle up. That way I can't accidentally arm it. So
Yeah. Good morning, Chris Hope.
Yeah, morning, Chris.
Yeah.
But part of the challenge on that, Rodney, was there was no space over there, right? Because we were kind of all crowded over there. So that's why I had the controller in my hand.
Oh, I get that. There's things happen because of the circumstances. Johnny Drone Flyer says even a pre-arm switch. Yeah, I always create a pre-arm switch.
That's what I do. Got no idea what it is, but sounds good.
What, the pre-arm switch?
Yeah.
Well, basically, it's a switch that you enable. So you have to enable that switch before you can arm your drone.
Fair enough.
Like on mine has a. You push the button and then you release it. And it releases by itself. It's not a toggle switch.
The
momentary switch. That's what I was trying to think of. So I got a momentary switch on my controller, and I'll hold that switch in, and then I arm it. And once I'm armed, I let go of that switch. So unless I'm pushing that switch in, that drone won't turn on.
Uh-huh.
So
the bad side is you can't rearm in the air.
That's the bad side.
That is the downside. So if you accidentally disarm in the air, you can't rearm without hitting that. And your odds of remembering to hit the free arm and try to arm it while you have the drone in the air are probably not very good.
It depends on your panic level.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Exactly.
So I have actually rearmed in midair. But that's because I had the presence of mind at the time to press that pre-arm switch. And I was up like 200 feet, so I had a little time.
Yeah, I'm usually not that high. I'm like 40 feet or less.
Most of the time I am too, but every now and then I like to get up high and take a look around. Yeah, we gotta get old Mela. She's gotta get that Avata out and fly. I told her I'd help her with it. So
she don't fly it pretty soon. I'll have to come over and bring mine, and I'll show her how to fly it.
Well, she's been pretty busy though lately. She's planning a birthday party for her father. I don't know, maybe it's an anniversary party for her father and mother, but she's got something she's planning, and so that's been keeping her pretty busy. Plus, work is pretty busy for her too. So
these days, it's a good thing that work is busy.
I agree.
There you go, Rodney. I'm not using the Rodney Bell cup this morning. I've got another one here.
Oh, cool. That's nice.
Yeah.
Who's that?
A mob called Sid Squad up in Sydney.
Yep,
Okay.
yep.
Yeah.
I watch their channel regularly.
Yeah, they do live streams from Sydney Airport. Good thing with their merch that all the profits on that go to a charity. So it's a good idea.
Brad.
Cool.
Yeah.
So how you doing, Scott?
Oh, pretty good. A little tired, but other than that, that's normal. So,
Yeah, I imagine getting up pretty early to do these sunrises can be quite tiring.
Well, I'm an early bird anyway. I'm up like 3 o'clock in the morning. So
Yeah. Me too. If I sleep in, I usually if I sleep past 3, I'm sleeping in.
yeah.
3
But
o'clock
I don't know.
morning,
Yesterday was kind of exciting. There was too much going on yesterday. Everybody, I was working, and the power went off, and there wasn't anything to do. Of course, then I got called out. So
Yeah. Hey, B-Rad.
Yeah, 3 o'clock in the morning is bedtime for me sometimes.
I'm actually trying to figure out what's going on, why I'm not being called to go help right now. I think they're sleeping in. So
Chris, the Tallahassee area had a really bad storm go through. They had like, what was it, 2 or 3 tornadoes hit down?
Yeah, 3 tornadoes.
3
I
tornadoes?
didn't think about it. I should have played it on mine. Rodney, you want me to try to play a video showing it?
If you want to.
Let me see if I can get this thing. Bear with me a second. Let me see. I didn't set it up and didn't think about it while I was doing it. And I'm gonna mute it so it just play. Okay. All right. Let's see here. Does he have to? He has to allow it, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. So let me see what happens here. And yes, of course, this is our local channel. I don't really have it muted right now. Let me click it and let me see if I can expand the window. Commercials.
Yeah.
And obviously I got the sound on too, don't I?
Yeah.
This is the Mystic Woods condo complex in West Tallahassee, where damage can be.
You hear me?
Yeah, I hear you.
Okay, well, I just muted him. And actually, I was hoping, I played this earlier, and this is one of about 4 videos. And the one, they did a drone shot flying over it, and I was kind of wishing it was that one. But, we had this all over town pretty much. And that's not true, because like I said, over here where I'm at, it was clean. But all the roads, the power, all the lights were out. A couple of lights were working, but of course, that's actually where the fatality happened. She's actually probably talking about it.
Yeah.
So, but a trailer park. I may have just got my message of what I really was hoping to. I don't know how to switch videos. I didn't have to switch videos last time. It just went through each one of them. And but typical damage. This guy right here was going through. I think he's the caretaker of that place, and he was going from place to place and checking on all the client customers.
Wow.
And he's talking about he's never seen it this bad. And look, I'm not going to argue with anybody about it being bad or not bad. To me, what's different is now we get media coverage all the time, and we just get bombarded with this stuff all the time. I've been through several tornadoes. Living around here, it's just commonplace. I'm not going to say whatever. You can't really argue it one way or the other. But I think part of the problem too is we're just getting more and more people living in areas, and we're getting hit now. Whereas before, if it's out in the country and hits one house, nobody says anything. But when it hits a town and it's affecting a large population, I can't. That's a running commercials.
Yeah.
And there's cameras everywhere these days.
Absolutely. That's exactly right. Well, doggone it.
That's I'm going to go ahead and take that off.
Yeah. Okay. I'll let you know if it comes. I'd like this the drone shots one I was looking for, and it's going over Railroad Avenue, where the art center is, and it probably shows a larger portion of the damage. Man, I tell you, the commercials. I can't stand watching commercials.
Hey, Jody had throat surgery yesterday, so everybody say a prayer for him for a speedy recovery.
Absolutely. I hope so. Jody's somebody I'd like to meet too. He's been around a long time.
Yeah, I'd like to meet him as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they're definitely playing different videos this time, so I don't know. I'll see if I can find it. Maybe I can find it. Oh, okay. I may have found it. I'm gonna start it, and then you can see it and see if you want to. Matter of fact, commercial may come up, so why don't we let me run it? And
All right.
yeah.
Well, you let me know.
I got to mute it again. I got to figure out how to mute this thing. I did it a minute ago. All right, play that. Yeah, that's right. They didn't have video. They didn't have sound on this one, but that's where a lot of art people are, and it's a whole block right kind of in the middle of town.
Wow.
And it got hit pretty hard. So, in fact, if you watch my stream, I showed the white building. I said it was education building.
Yeah.
It's kind of back beyond that, behind it.
Ouch.
Yeah, and that's what I talk about pine trees, how pine trees chop.
Yeah.
They literally, now the thing is they don't have branches, but the branches, when it has branches, it kind of spreads out the load. And so you don't get such a devastating chop. But, man, if you're underneath that, that's going to kill you. I mean, but as you see, though, it was a very narrow section that it did.
Oh, yeah, but it just literally cut that house in half.
Yep, exactly right. So every truss that it hit has got to be replaced.
Right.
I think that might be getting about the end of it. Yeah. So, all right. Well, I'm not going to bore you with commercials. Let me stop sharing.
High Five Casino.
Sorry about the noise. I'm not that savvy. I'm not that quick.
Bob, you said you sent a shot to me.
Bob.
Yeah, Bob's probably showing you the Northern Lights.
I did see that. Yeah. Yeah, I went over to his community page. But I found out later after I saw Bob's shot, my son and his family went up into the Black Hills, or the hills near their house, and caught some good shots of the aurora. Hang on, let me see if I can.
Wonder if Ron Lockwood got some shots.
Oh, I bet he did if he was.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, I'm going to share this. So I'm going to make this bigger. And I'm going to go to present, share screen, Facebook. All right. So this is the first shot.
Wow.
And then this is in Idaho. Near Idaho Falls. That's the next one. You know, that's so cool looking.
That's a wild scene, man. If you don't know what's going on, what would you be imagining?
Oh, yeah, no doubt. Look at that.
Imagine what it was like before we knew the Earth was round, and you saw that.
Yeah, no kidding.
Well, that just proves there's aliens.
Yeah, there's a good shot. Oh, that one's nice too. Look at all those stars. So,
I guess you just look up there and you see this, right? I mean, does it happen at a certain time? I guess it's like a storm or something like that. It moves in and you see it for a little while and then it's gone.
Yeah.
Oh,
solar wind.
Okay, now I know what Bob's talking about.
The other part of it is, Scotty, the sun has to be kind of on the opposite side of the planet from you, because it's coming. The light is coming over the poles.
The light's coming over the what?
The North Pole, the South Pole. The light's being refracted in the atmosphere over the pole.
I'll be right back, guys.
Yep. And our pole as well.
Well, it's cool. And I can tell you, being a Southerner, I don't even think about looking at it to see it because we're never in the area to see it. So, but they said it got as far south as Alabama. And I know my daughter texts my wife and says, "Hey, go check and see if it's out there." I was asleep, so I didn't check. And Bob's
I would think
teasing
with the
me.
tilt of the planet that it would be better in the winter than in the summer.
Well, isn't that normally when you see it? I mean, most of the time, isn't that when people are talking about the Northern Lights is wintertime, maybe January or something like that?
I would say typically because the planet is tilted. Well, technically, we're a little farther north in the winter, in the northern hemisphere.
Jody's saying it might knock out some of the internet, so maybe that's why I was buffering today.
Yeah, good possibility.
Everything's
It's
been
very
fine.
high KP.
Right. Hot Rod, you're actually heading down to see Maddie. Is that where you're heading?
Yeah, I'm headed down to Maddie's.
Sorry about that, guys.
I've been trying to do this drive once a month or so to come down and hang out with him.
Right.
One of these times I'm coming up your way, though.
You know, I've never seen the Aurora Borealis either, John. I have seen the sun shining at 2 o'clock in the morning, though.
The midnight sun.
Yep.
So okay. Bob Casey's saying he didn't fly because GPS was out. You can still fly a drone without GPS, right? You just don't get the features of bringing it home and stuff like that. You have to fly it. Is that correct or wrong?
Yeah, you basically would have to fly it in
line of sight.
Manual.
What do they call it? Attitude
mode. Attitude mode. Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know. If you've been to the area enough times, I don't think you need the GPS to come back because you'll just have visual references.
Oh, if you just go straight up and down.
Well, I hardly use it. Occasionally, I'll kind of get lost and kind of can't figure out exactly where it was. Matter of fact, yesterday, when I went and flew the property, I went up and took it's really tight quarters. I dropped down, got my pictures that I needed to, and it's actually kind of on a golf course. And so I went out in the golf course, and once I did that, I'm not familiar with that area. And all of a sudden I turned around, and you got trees down everywhere, and I couldn't really figure out where to come back. I think I hit return to home just for a second. And actually, that didn't seem to well, actually, what it was, I knew I was in tight quarters. I said, I don't want this thing returning to home. It'll come in here and fly into a tree. And so I took it back off, and then I just kind of searched around a little bit and finally got my signal again and brought it in.
Good morning, Unlimited Vertigo. And
Hi, John.
Kadena, good morning.
Hey, Lance.
Morning, Lance.
So I got my word, and they put me on standby. I don't get this, man. We would have been up daybreak doing whatever we need. We would have been this happened to us, me and my wife, and literally we had a tornado come in and hit our place, and this was I don't know, 15, 20. No, it's been longer than that. That's the thing too. The older you get, things seem like yesterday, but it turned out it might be 20 or 30 years ago. But she and I, we went out there and went to work and literally had our site cleaned up within an hour. Not an hour, I'm sorry, half a day. And when something like this happens, they close down the streets and you can just pile your stuff out in the middle of the street. And then the city comes in with cherry pickers and we'll go ahead and pick up these big piles. And so the city guy was sitting there picking up our pile, but we were keeping it stacked up so high he couldn't move on. And he finally told us about hour 2 or hour 3, he says, hey, guys, I got to move on to the next pile. He said, I don't know what y'all are doing, but we literally had everything cleaned up except for 2 stumps. And a buddy of mine, WCTV, actually came through our neighborhood and just happened to do an interview with me, and a buddy of mine saw the interview, and next thing I know, he shows up with his backhoe, and we picked up those 2 stumps. We actually buried them in the yard, but we had the whole yard cleaned up within a day. But I mean, we worked our butts off too.
Mela, you have a good day.
See you, Mila.
I hope Mela takes that bird up pretty soon. I'd like to see that.
Well, I've talked to her about it a couple of times, but she's just too busy right now.
Yeah, I understand that.
It's in Nevada. You only need to go up like 3 feet.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but it's when you got about 1,000 things going on, it does become more challenging. And if you've never done it before either, Rod, I mean, this is brand new to her.
Yeah.
Any drone, right? She's not even flown a camera drone before. So,
Well, the good news is it's a lot more durable than a camera drone.
yeah.
Yeah. She'll do all right. She bought a Mini 2 from Johnny,
Yay.
and I think she's at least hovered it once or twice, but
Okay.
I think mostly her son's been flying that one.
So the goggles, you have to fly that with goggles too. Is that right?
What, the Avata?
Yes.
Well, no, I wouldn't think you'd have to fly it with goggles.
Well, how do you see?
You can
How do you
probably
see the
just fly
screen?
in line of sight. Just
Yeah, but you can't. You won't have a screen or anything. Your only screen now would be the goggles, correct?
In fact, that's how I teach people with the Avata, Rodney. Is I actually make them fly it line of sight and get used to the motion controller because I only have the motion controller. Before I'll put the goggles on them and then let them fly around with the goggles.
yeah.
That process seems
See you,
to work
Brad.
pretty well.
Have a good walk there, Brad. He's off for his 4-mile walk.
Mm-mm. More power to them.
He has slimmed right down, doing that 4 miles every day.
Yeah. I don't know how you have the discipline to do that. I've never had the discipline to do exercise at all, and I've always been very active. But
It's raining in Fort Pierce.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, but I got 100 miles to go. It'll be dry down there.
what did Dennis say? How far did he walk?
He walked 10 miles yesterday. B-Rad did.
Yeah, but how about Dennis? Dennis said he walked what was it, like 50 miles, 100 miles, or something like that.
Something like that. Let me look.
Holy crap, this is kind of weird. So it's raining, and there's smoke over the highway,
Oh boy.
which means there's a wildfire down here somewhere. I guess they need the rain.
Yeah.
He said he's walked over 150 miles in China and Japan.
Wow.
So he hasn't walked it all at one time.
Cumulative. It's a cumulative amount.
A cumulative.
I think he's walked from Japan to China, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, how do you do
That's what
that?
it sounds like.
He is coming. He's actually getting in tomorrow. Is that not right, Rodney?
What?
Isn't he flying in tomorrow, or is that when he leaves tomorrow? I mean, it takes, what, a day to get home, right?
Well, I thought he wasn't going to be home till the 26th.
No, he's I thought I saw he's coming a week early.
Really?
He initially did say that, but I thought I saw, hey, things have changed. I'm coming in on the 12th, which is tomorrow. Now, I may be wrong. I don't keep up with that stuff that much, but that particular day I happened to be looking, and I was like, oh, that's interesting. I don't even know that I commented. I should have.
let me.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know when it was when he said it?
Man, there's been so much chat going on in there. It was 2 or 3 days ago, I'm afraid.
Yeah, Brad's
Oh,
confirming that in the
okay.
chat. Yep.
Yeah, so see, Brad's confirming what I said.
Yeah.
Yeah, I see somebody replied to it. I'm just trying to. Here it is. Yeah. He says, breaking news, I will return home Sunday, May 12th.
Yeah.
I'll be home late around midnight. So that's tomorrow. Yeah.
Yeah, Mother's Day,
Yep.
at least in the United States.
Yeah. Go.
Mother's Day here.
Yeah, same
Is it?
here. Yep.
Mother's
Okay.
Day in Australia.
All right.
I just don't think it is in the UK. I think they're out of step.
Yeah. Yeah, our Father's Day's out of whack with everyone else.
Yeah. Ours is September.
Yeah.
John, you have a good day. I'll be right back, guys.
Okay.
No worries. We'll hold the fort for you.
Canada's got Mother's Day as well.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a good day for moms.
Yep.
So in Australia, what time is it right now? It's 8 o'clock in the morning here, at least Eastern time.
It's 10 past. Yeah, 10 past 10.
10 past 10. So that's not too late.
No.
Yeah, I know John had damage up there where they were too. At least he was posting it a couple of days ago. And I know Ronnie was on when we were getting hit, he was texting me, and it was lagging behind for him for about 30 minutes to an hour. So I guess he was okay up there. But it was intense. We had a red band basically coming across, and so it's pretty wide.
Randy.
Hey, Randy. Mad Props Media in the house.
Yeah, hi, Mad Props.
So I'm going to share another picture here.
Go for it.
Yep.
Well, I'm going to, Dominic. I mean, after all, it is my live stream, right?
Oh, yeah. You've got a good point there.
AME.
AME.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a cool looking picture right there.
Yeah, it is. So what's he looking through? I mean, there's a highway there, so it's a overpass.
Yeah, it looks
Well,
like
it's a new overpass going in, I guess.
it looks like they're putting in another overpass.
Yeah.
So that's
pretty
nice.
cool. Yeah.
Whose photo was that one?
That was Alex.
Alex Escardo.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Alex Escardo.
Couldn't quite read it on the screen there.
That shot is just nasty. Let's see here. Not great northern lights, but my Maverick 3 at 400 feet. Oh, okay. That's the link.
Wow. So Ronnie's saying he had 2.5 inches of rain.
Wow.
Gee.
That's a lot of rain.
Wow. So that rain must have set in on him. That's the one thing, boy. When it came in, it was in and out. We had intense rain for about 15 minutes, and then we had rain for about an hour, and that was it. But boy, that 15 minutes was. I saw Philip Koshat when it was going through on him the day earlier, and he was commenting. He said, "Oh my gosh." He was trying to watch the live shows and he couldn't do it because it was storming so bad. Well, and he told me, he said, "Hey, it's coming your way," and it got here. So
2.5 inches of rain is about to be normal here in Florida. Here in June is our wet season. We get the thunderstorms from about 2, 3 o'clock until 6 or 7 o'clock in the evening.
yeah, the pop-up showers, right?
Yeah, and boy, when those things hit, boy, it's monsoon season on those
Yeah.
storms. It comes
They
down
can-
hard.
They can be intense too.
Yeah,
Hey,
you
Ken.
can definitely get 2 to 3 inches of rain, no problem, coming out of those storms.
I see Ken Place It Here is here.
Hey,
Hey,
Ken.
Kenny.
So, Randy, Mad Props had made a comment about the picture. Let me see if I can find it. It kind of confused me because I wasn't sure what he was trying to say.
Nasty.
He goes, he says, "That's a nasty picture," and I'm like, "Oh, where is it?" Oh, okay. So here's what he said. I gotta find it now. Here's what he said. This shot is just nasty. Alex is the GOAT, and I'm scratching my head, and so then down here he explains it. Nasty equals badass. So, and I just told him. Let's see. Where is it? Ah, come on. And I just told him this. I said, us old timers have a big problem understanding you.
Yeah, that's true. Yep.
Well, years ago, back in the 80s, I was working part time, and I was in the Navy at the time, but I was working part time at a Burger King, and my command's Master Chief's son worked there too. So we became friends, and he was talking, and we saw this truck that the truck bed would raise and lower, and it'd go up and it'd spin around and come down, and you know how people fancy up their vehicles and stuff. And anyway, he goes, "Man, that is bad," and I'm like, "Oh, I think it's pretty cool. I mean, what's so bad about it?" And he looks at me and he goes, "Bad means good." And I'm like, "Oh,
Hey,
okay.
should have known that.
Yeah, I guess." So, and Randy says, "Stick with me, Rod. I'll learn you." So when he said that picture is just nasty, to me it's like, what's so bad about it? As in, bad,
Yeah.
not good bad. But and then he explained it. So I guess I need
All right.
to start relating to younger people more often.
I'm gonna head out, Rodney. I kind of got word. They told me they put me on standby, but I can't stand by very long. I got to go. I either got to get back to the farm and take care of business up there, or do whatever we're gonna do here. I'm not gonna make a day of this. So
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I hope everything works out.
it is what it is. The contractor came by. I think I said this earlier, but he came by and said, "Hey, it's kind of getting slow." He said, "But he said now this thing's hit." He says, "I saw at least 100 houses today." He said, "If I saw 100, there's got to be at least 1,000 out here that's messed up." And I know I called a contractor real quick, and he was giving me the lowdown on what he was hearing and what was going on, and it's pretty bad in some of these areas. But again, this is nothing new. I mean, this happens to us all on a regular basis. Again, because this town is so full of trees every time a storm comes through, almost every storm that comes through, it's how widespread it is. You know, are you getting 5 homes, or are you getting 50 homes or 100 homes? And this was a big one. So
Yeah. So something just happened to my PC. The screen just went blank, but now it's back. So
Okay.
it's that
I
cat.
don't know.
It's that cat. I can see.
Yeah.
It probably was. Go, cat. Go get in your
All right.
bed.
Y'all have a great day.
You too, Scott, man. Be
Bye,
careful.
Scott.
All right. Bye.
Anyway, guys, I think I'm going to go ahead and end this one
Yeah.
short.
Good idea.
I
Okay.
gotta.
Because I was
do
going to
have a
call
lot
it
of
too.
stuff to do. You got to see all the trash. I'm going to fill the back end of my truck up with trash today. So
It's good timing because I'm about to hit the big traffic down here in South Florida.
Well, good. You be safe, man.
Yeah, it's the drive home that's the killer. It's 3 hours down and then 3 hours back.
Yeah, and the traffic will probably be even worse then.
The traffic going back is horrid.
Yeah.
And I'll just say I'm glad once I get up to about Port St. Lucie.
All right, guys. Well,
have a good day, y'all.
Yeah, you guys have a great day.
No worries.
Peter, you and Dominic have a good night.
Thank you.
Yep.
Certainly will. Okay. Bye, everyone.
All right. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Everybody in the chat, thanks so much for being here. Don't forget tomorrow morning, Sunday Sunrise Cruise, starting with Drone Psyche in New York, coming to me here in Virginia, then down to Scott in Florida, over to Chris Hope in Texas, and then, of course, Johnny Drone Flyer with Drones and Coffee. Everybody, you guys have a great weekend. We'll see you tomorrow morning. And take care now. Love y'all. Bye now.